Hello and welcome to Sports According to Neil. This week, breaking down some more December bowl games, and trust me, there's a lot you're going to want to watch. Happy New Year from Sports According to Neil, and thank you for watching. College football's December bowls are wrapping up, and with games like the Independence Bowl and the Little Caesars Bowl, you have to watch. So I give you the key players and the keys to each of these games coming down the road as we wrap up December. Hello and welcome again to Sports According to Neil. I'm Neil Roseanne, and I'll be your guide through the December bowl games here at the end. And, you might think about them, not a whole lot of games you want to watch, MAC teams, who wants to watch them? Well, could definitely supply some very interesting and fun football to watch, and I suggest you watch them as you get done dwindling down your holiday plans. Well, I'm going to be doing quick picks today, which means I won't be going as quite in-depth, but I'll pretty much give you the players and the keys to the game and a pick to see who's going to win that bowl game and who's going to be happy this year. Well, first up, we have the Independence Bowl, which features the Big 12's Missouri, who is 7-5, and the ACC's North Carolina, who is also 7-5. Well, the player to watch is Mizzou's quarterback, James Franklin. James Franklin has been a beast this year. 839 yards on the ground in over 2,700 yards through the air. He is definitely the heart of that Missouri offense, and they're really going to need him to get going if they want to win this game. But that's where the key part of this game comes in. The key factor is definitely the Heels' run and pass defense. The Tar Heels from NC are 14th overall in total defense, so they're doing really good. They have defensive end Quinton Coples. Quinton Coples has 7.5 sacks this year and has been a beast disrupting the pass game. Another big player to look out for is linebacker Zach Brown of the North Carolina Tar Heels. His 91 tackles, 5.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles have, done a little bit for that defense. And I would expect to see him prominently featured throughout this game, maybe making some great plays, and maybe even making a couple highlight reels. And, of course, you always have to look at the momentum, and Missouri definitely has the momentum in this game. They come in winning 4 of 5 of their last few games here. And NC has gone about, I think, 2-6 down the stretch. They've really been kind of down recently, and you have to think that has to play into a factor. Well, what I have Missouri. It's going to be a close one, though. The defense wins out. I have Missouri 31-28. The next bowl game on the docket is the Little Caesars Bowl. Now, this is going to feature Western Michigan from the MAC, who is 7-5, and the Purdue Boilermakers, who are 6-6 and hailing from the Big Ten. Now, there's no surprise on who is the key player for this game. That's Jordan White, Western Michigan's star wide receiver. He has 127 receptions, and he even has 114 carries. He is obviously the offensive juggernaut of this Western Michigan team. He is also the nation's leading wide receiver with 1,646 yards and 16 touchdowns. Now, the Purdue Boilermakers are really going to have to stop him, or what they might have to do will lead into our key factor. Offense, offense, offense. That is the key factor. Western Michigan has nearly 5,500 yards of offense this season, but they've almost given up 5,000 yards of offense. So they're pretty much giving what they take. So what that says to me is that this game might be an offensive explosion. All the Purdue Boilermakers have to do are just make one stop, and they could easily win this game. But it's not always that easy, and we will have to see what really happens. It'll be a great battle for those two. Now, another thing to look for, not many interceptions from either teams. Look for a low amount of turnovers, as both offenses just are able to drill each other's defenses and move it down the field for a high-scoring game. Now, I could always go, since I'm from the Central Michigan University, if you don't know, and, well, I could definitely go against the Western Michigan Broncos for this one. And with that, I have to say, as Lee Corso said, not so fast, my friends. Western Michigan wins a shootout, 48-46. Enjoy. After that little upset in the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl, that leads us to our next two games, which are the Belk Bowl and the Military Bowl. But first, I'm going to start off with the Belk Bowl, which features the Big East's Louisville at 7-5, and NC State from the ACC, who is also 7-5. Very interesting game here, I have to say. Big East, ACC, you always got to wonder. Those are two kind of the weaker BCS conferences. You never know how these games are going to turn out. But the player to watch in this game is David Amerson. He leads the NCAA in interceptions with 11. And he tied the ACC record. As you can see, he's from North Carolina State, and he is really a ball hawk. Watch him to go all over the field. The key factor is NC State ranks 107th in the nation in the run department, and that is never good, especially when you're taking on a Louisville team who is 10th best in stopping the run. That's going to play a big key factor. I expect Louisville's Dexter Heyman to really introduce himself early to NC State's James Washington, early and often, like I said. Now, Teddy Bridgewater is Louisville's quarterback, and he's a true freshman. Now, this is where NC State's pass defense could really take advantage. He hasn't really thrown that many interceptions, but with such a young quarterback, there's always the chance that he's ripe for the picking. Little pun there. And with that, one fun fact, Louisville's coach, Charlie Strong, recently accredited the pit loss to the game Modern Warfare 3. His players are playing too much, and that's never good. So, you have to wonder, a month off, how did these Louisville players actually focus? Did they focus really good, or is it going to be a little bit different? Well, I don't see that being too big of a problem, but it's going to be a close one. The pass offsets the run, with both defenses playing really good. I see a 24-23 win for Louisville, right there. Anyway, on to the Military Bowl, which features the Max Toledo 8-4 and Air Force from the Mountain West Conference, who is 7-5. I personally got to watch Toledo this year, and trust me, they are an impressive team. They were able to really knock the doors off of Central Michigan, but that was that game. But this is a new game, and the player to watch is Eric Page from Toledo. He is a one-man wrecking crew. He's caught over 112 balls for 1,123 yards. That's impressive, and he's also got 10 touchdowns. So he's definitely going to be another player of the game, and Toledo, with that high-powered offense, as we all saw, they scored over 60 a couple times. They're going to be interesting to watch. And so will Air Force, because Air Force has gone over 30 points this season 6 times. But, not to be outdone, Toledo has gone over that same mark at 30 points 9 times. So, expect a really high-scoring game. And what I see is Rockets Toledo. They'll be winning 42-38. Go Mac, represent. Well, but seriously, that's not why I'm picking them. But, yeah, Toledo will beat Air Force. Trust me. And we're going to finish up today's show with 3 more bowls. First, we have the Holiday Bowl, which features Cal, 7-5, versus Texas, also 7-5. The player to watch out for is definitely Elise Slofia. I think that's how you say it. He is Cal's running back. He has 1,270 yards of rushing offense this year and is a beast. But the thing to really look for is that both teams are very even. The offensive and defensive numbers are very close. It'll be a well-matched game. The thing is, though, Texas likes to take up a lot of time when they move the ball. They like to eat up that clock. They run the ball 63% of the time, and if Cal were to get out to an early lead, Texas would have to change their game plan, which might really be a big factor if they were to do that. But What I see happening, though, is that Texas is very healthy. This is the most healthy that they have been since maybe even the beginning of the year. That's a key factor. I see Texas being the better team. Hook 'em horns. They're going to win 20-17. Now, we have the Champs Sports Bowl, which is the same day. We have 8-4 Florida State University taking on 8-4 Notre Dame. This will be a great matchup. I'm really excited. And I know I bought the Florida State Kool-Aid earlier this year. And I knew I drank it, and I drank it well. And I thought E.J. Manuel was going to be great. He's still a great quarterback. Florida State is in the ACC, and I should have saw that. But I didn't. But here is where I'm going to make it right. E.J. Manuel is going to be the player of the game. He has a 65% passing completion rate, is what I should say. And that is phenomenal. And that's going to come key against this depleted, I believe, Notre Dame secondary. If you watch that Michigan game, they single-handedly pretty much lost the game for him. And, yeah, it's going to be bad, I think. I got the defensive end, Bornron Werner. He has 10 tackles for a loss, which leads this great Florida State defense, which is ready to eat up that Notre Dame offense. I see Florida State being better in almost all three phases. That's right, 3, because they have punter Sean Powell, who averages 47 yards a punt, which is amazing. And I know close games like this are going to have to come down to even, the field goal unit, but no, it's the punter. He'll be able to win that field position battle. And actually, as much as I said that E.J. Manuel would tear him up, I see it being a little bit closer because Florida State, ACC, it's a little bit, Anyway, 31-24 FSU. Oh, yeah, you get it. Anyway, last one here is that we have the Alamo Bowl, which is between Baylor 9-3 versus Washington 7-5, and I don't have much for this one because honestly, it's RG3, Robert Griffin III from Baylor, the Heisman winner. It's going to be almost flawless, I say, in this game. The thing to watch out for, though, is definitely the quarterback battle, because Keith Price for Washington Huskies is somewhere around 30 touchdowns, so it'll be a good quarterback matchup. And the thing to really look at is that the Washington D held Andrew Luck to 169 yards of passing and 2 touchdowns. Hey, they could utilize that against RG3, but they let in over 446 yards of rushing. So the real key player in this situation is Taron Genoway. Genoway. And he will be able to rush over, I believe, the Huskies. RG3 will be going good, and this one is a blowout for the Heisman. That was a bad Heisman pose, but that's it. And I see Baylor 45-15. Sorry, Washington fans. I know I have one of you following me on Twitter. Not going to happen. RG3 is too good. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was Sports According to Neil. I'm Neil Roseanne. Go out and enjoy the bowl games. I'll have some more articles about the other bowl games coming up and my BCS breakdown, where I have a guest picker who's a little bit furry. He's for real. Sorry for the pause. Okay, no more puns. But seriously, go check out my blog. Go check out everything. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out my Twitter. Use hashtag #NeilKnowsSports. Follow me at Neil and Sports. My bad. And I will see you later. Have fun watching the games. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Thank you for such a great year. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye now. Go to sportsaccordingtoneil.blogspot.com for all your sports needs. Or just follow me at Twitter at Neil and Sports. Use the hashtag #NeilKnowsSports, and that'll be it. See ya.